Imagine waking up one day and realizing you've spent most of your life worrying about things beyond your control, whether it's traffic, the weather, or someone's opinion of you. Now imagine living a life where these worries have no power over you. You remain calm, composed, and rational no matter what life throws your way. This is the promise of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has transformed countless lives. Stoicism, developed over 2,000 years ago in ancient Greece, isn't just a set of ideas, it's a way of living. Philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius practiced Stoicism to navigate the unpredictable world around them. They believed that by following specific rules, one could live a life of tranquility, purpose, and resilience. In this guide, we'll dive deep into the top rules of Stoicism, showing you how these timeless principles can help you live a better, more balanced life. Rule 1. Focus on what you can control. One of the most fundamental Stoic principles is that we should focus only on what is within our control and let go of everything else. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, put it simply, "Some things are within our power while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." By focusing on what we can control, we reduce anxiety, frustration, and disappointment. When we realize that we can't control how others behave, the outcomes of certain situations, or even the weather, we free ourselves from needless emotional distress. Rule 2. Accept what happens with calmness. Life is unpredictable. One day, everything might go according to plan, and the next, it feels like the world is falling apart. How we respond to life's events is crucial to Stoicism. The Stoics had a term for this, amor fati, which means love of fate. Marcus Aurelius encouraged this mindset by saying, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of resisting or complaining about what happens, Stoics teach us to embrace reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This doesn't mean passively accepting bad situations, it means calmly dealing with whatever comes your way, focusing on your response, and taking rational actions. Rule 3. Master your emotions. Emotion can be both a source of great strength and tremendous weakness. The Stoics believed in maintaining control over one's emotions. Instead of being swept away by anger, jealousy, or fear, the Stoic aims to respond with reason. For example, when faced with a situation that might provoke anger, the Stoic would pause and ask, "Is this anger helpful? Will it improve the situation?" More often than not, the answer is no. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions entirely, but rather managing them. By keeping emotions in check, we maintain control over our actions and avoid making decisions we might later regret. Rule 4. Practice negative visualization. This might sound counterintuitive, but the Stoics regularly practiced what is called negative visualization, imagining worst-case scenarios. For instance, they would reflect on the possibility of losing their wealth, health, or loved ones. The goal of this exercise wasn't to dwell on the negative, but to appreciate what they had and to prepare mentally for loss or hardship. Seneca wrote, "We should love all our dear ones, but always with the thought that we have no promise that we may keep them forever." By contemplating the fragility of life, we become more resilient in the face of adversity, and we learn to cherish the present moment. Rule 5. Live in accord with nature. The Stoics believed that the universe operates according to a rational and orderly nature. Humans, as part of this natural world, should strive to live in harmony with it. This means recognizing the natural flow of life and understanding that there are patterns and reasons behind everything that happens. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change existing forms and to make new ones like them." By aligning our lives with the natural order, being adaptable, understanding life's cycles, and flowing with change, we find peace and contentment. Rule 6. Be virtuous. For the Stoics, virtue was the highest good. They identified 4 cardinal virtues that guided their actions: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom helps us discern what is right and wrong. Courage allows us to face difficulties with bravery. Justice urges us to treat others fairly and with respect. Temperance ensures we practice self-control and moderation in all things. The Stoics believed that if you lived a virtuous life, external circumstances would have little power to affect your inner peace. Whether rich or poor, healthy or sick, living in virtue meant living well. Rule 7, practice gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what we wish were different. But Stoicism encourages us to be grateful for what we do have. Seneca advised, "He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt." By focusing on the positives, however small, we cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude reminds us that even in hardship, there are things to be thankful for, and it shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's present. Rule 8. Be present in the moment. Stoics emphasize the importance of being fully present in the current moment. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future prevents us from making the most of the now. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Confine yourself to the present." This doesn't mean ignoring the lessons of the past or failing to plan for the future. It means not allowing yourself to be consumed by regret or anxiety. The present moment is the only one you truly have control over, so focus on making it count. Rule 9, memento mori, or remember death. The Stoics were keenly aware of their mortality and encouraged others to reflect on death regularly. This practice, known as memento mori, was meant to remind people of the fleeting nature of life and to motivate them to live fully. As Seneca put it, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing." By contemplating death, Stoics believed you could live a more meaningful, intentional life. Death becomes a motivator to live each day with purpose. Rule 10. Contribute to the greater good. Stoicism teaches that we are all part of a larger whole. As social beings, humans thrive when they contribute to the common good and live in harmony with others. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this in his personal writings, urging people to serve their community and focus on the collective rather than individual gain. "Man was born for deeds of kindness," he wrote. "By focusing on how our actions impact others and society, we live more meaningful and fulfilled lives." Conclusion. Stoicism isn't just about thinking your way through life. It's about acting in a way that aligns with your highest values. These 10 rules, focusing on what you can control, accepting life's ups and downs, mastering your emotions, practicing negative visualization, living in harmony with nature, pursuing virtue, practicing gratitude, staying present, remembering death, and contributing to the greater good, are more than just philosophical concepts. They're tools you can apply every day to become a better version of yourself. Whether you're facing a personal crisis or simply trying to live a more purposeful life, Stoicism offers timeless wisdom that helps us build resilience, find peace, and live with greater meaning. By adopting these principles, you'll not only improve your life but also influence the lives of those around you, contributing to a more just and harmonious world. Please subscribe for more.